Hello, people. Duncan here. Let's talk deep state, big family corruption, and subversion in America. But first, before we do, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like my videos, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. Alright, let's start with... I'm going through this YouTube channel, and I'm looking at certain things, and I come across this different video, and I find it very interesting. So let's go through this. Have you ever wondered where President Trump or President Bush got his money? Where that family got paid? Let's go down history and let's take a look at exactly where it is and how the Bush family made their money. This right here is Prescott Bush. Okay, this is Daddy's dad, I think. Daddy's dad. So this is Grandpa Bush. I think.
The managing director of a Nazi steel manufacturing plant in Poland called Silesian Consolidated Steel. In episode 1, Prescott Bush forwards American financing to his German partner Fritz Thyssen through the Union Banking Corporation in New York. Fritz Thyssen arranges a contract with Nazi Germany's IG Farben Company for free Jewish slave labor in Bush's steel manufacturing plant at the Auschwitz concentration camp. Episode 2 shows Skull and Bonesman Prescott Bush and Avril Harriman getting caught under Trading with the Enemy Act as the U.S. government moves in and seizes all of their shares in Union Banking Corporation.
Alright, so right off the bat, Prescott Bush is essentially in bed with the Nazis. His steel company is using Jewish slave labor to help push and make him money, probably make the Nazis money as well. So there's the beginning of the Bush family cash. Okay, now essentially Prescott Bush is arrested under the Trading with the Enemy Act, and the company split up, the wealth is froze, and all that stuff. But let's just keep watching here, because there's a few things that I find is funny, because they also mention Skull and Bones. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's remember that. Skull and Bones.
Episode 3, Prescott's son, the first George Bush, is director of the CIA. George puts drug king Manuel Noriega on the CIA payroll, allowing thousands of tons of cocaine to hit the streets of America via the Panama Canal.
So Senior, now director of the CIA, allows one of the world's most notorious cocaine leaders, founders, and drug pushers, Manuel Noriega, to basically become on the CIA payroll. So we now have evidence that Senior is pushing cocaine into America pretty much like water. Okay, and we're paying the drug lord to do it. So there's your next piece of Bush family history.
In episode 4, George's son, the second George Bush, becomes partners with Osama bin Laden's older brother, Salem bin Laden, in a Texas oil company called Arbusto Energy. Episode 5 introduces George W. Shady younger brother, Neil Bush, ripping off the elderly in the Silverado savings and loan scandal that cost U.S. taxpayers $1.3 billion. In episode...
So now Junior starts a company with basically the bin Ladens with oil. Okay, his brother is now screwing and has a scandal ripping off old people for a lot of money. So there's another great example of Bush family fortune and how they got money.
Episode 6, the Florida election is fixed by George W.'s older brother, Jeb Bush, who puts
Fixed.
brother George into the top job at the White House, which brings us back to Auschwitz and the concluding episode with George W. Bush visiting the slave labor camp where his grandfather helped build the Bush family fortune on free Jewish slave labor.
Now, are you kidding me? Junior goes to visit Auschwitz where his grandpa literally made a fortune on slave Jew labor. And here's a guy where his family has lost their fortune at least twice. They've been literally stealing money the entire time. Handed his presidency on a corrupt last name, and now he has the audacity to walk through Auschwitz like he has some kind of sorrow meaning to it. Okay, but let's keep watching.
Sights are a sobering reminder that of the power of evil and the need for people to resist evil.
The evil was your grandpa.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a follow-up to the TV series, an award show could celebrate the 20-year friendship of the Bush and Bin Laden families and their shared investment in the Carlyle Group. The Carlyle Group is one of America's largest weapons contractors. For the Bush and Bin Laden families, war means profits, big profits. Although the media creates the illusion of freedom of the press, the dominant opinion and messages always serve the banksters' agenda. The chilling reality is that up to 15% of the tax money deducted from your paycheck each month buys the bombs and pays the salaries of troops to commit these atrocities. Rivers of blood from innocent families and their children is on everybody's hands.
Alright, the reason I stopped this now is remember what they said. Both the Bush family and the Osama family, or Bin Laden family, whatever, has made their money off of war. So, now, we literally went to war with each other. And, do you believe it's a real war? Or do you think it's a manufactured war in order to screw the American people out of a lot of money that essentially goes into their pockets? So, let's keep watching.
The plan for world domination by the banksters cannot be accomplished without your cooperation. That plan was formulated in 1773 at Mayor Rothschild's goldsmith shop by 13 influential German Jewish families. Among them were Rothschild, Oppenheimer, Warburg, and Schiff. Their formula
1773. Before America won its independence in 1776. These people were already at a table. They were already talking about owning the world market. Okay, keep that in mind. Before America is even an independent country, we have these group of individuals sitting at a table talking about dominating, owning, and controlling the world market. So, let's continue.
formula for global control is the 3M formula: money control, media control, and military control. Like changes to the rules that gave these families the media and money monopolies, new laws are being passed to transfer military control to them by privatizing the military. But if they're killing terrorists, Who cares if they are government soldiers or corporate soldiers? A more important question to ask is, who exactly are the terrorists, and where do terrorists get their training?
Okay, here's why we care if they're government soldiers or if they're corporate soldiers. Because a government soldier cannot commit war against the American people. The government soldier is bound by the Constitution to protect the American civilians. We cannot attack our own people. However, a corporate army can. A corporate army is not bound by the Constitution or the pledge of the military. That's why.
The answer is right smack in America at Fort Benning, Georgia. Until January 2001, America's terrorist training school was called School of the Americas. But because of massive protests against its activities, the name was changed to WISC, Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation. Actress Susan Sarandon narrated a documentary film called School of the Assassins. The film exposes the school as a terrorist training camp whose graduates are well-known murderers, torturers, state terrorists, and dictators, including drug king Manuel Noriega. The role of terrorists in the bankster-owned media is to scare the living tax dollars out of citizens, and timing is everything. On the second anniversary of the 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center, George Bush asked for an $87 billion increase in military spending. At the same time, the media released a dramatic video showing Osama bin Laden alive and well and threatening to make the 9/11 attack seem like foreplay. How much do we really know about America's favorite villain? Multimillionaire Osama bin Laden was the 17th of 52 children fathered by a wealthy construction baron named Mohammed bin Laden, who had close ties to the Saudi royal family and the Bush family. In 1979, the American CIA and Pakistan's ISI financed an anti-Soviet group in Afghanistan and provoked a profitable 10-year war with the Russians. When the Russians invaded Afghanistan, the CIA hired Osama bin Laden to recruit and train al-Qaeda fighters to fight the Russian army.
Okay, did you catch that? Junior has family friends with bin Laden's, hires Osama to be in the CIA, to hunt out, to recruit, and to create these terror groups. Okay, these led to the war on terror, the Twin Towers, the towers being dropped. All of these things were subversions. Every bit of these things that led to the loss of American lives were all put in play in order to spark money out of our pockets to fund war that was created to lather the pockets of the Bushes and the bin Ladens. Now, I'm sure it gets deeper than that. I'm sure it continues to go through many, many other families and many, many other directions. But you're talking about our president, President Bush Sr., and Junior, with ties to the number one terrorist organization and terrorist the world has ever known. Well, besides maybe Hitler. Okay, and you're in bed with them. So, you can tell from the time of the 1950s, when they started putting television inside every home, and when they started using that television to spark the media was used to pump the violence, the war, the need for war, which led to big money being spent on military. It led to big family contracts, to deep state friendships, and the American people getting screwed. It's just a little bit of knowledge that I wanted all of you guys to hear and know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment in the box below, and thank you very much. Peace. Duncan out.